Coach, if you can start up with your thoughts on the match before we jump into questions here in person before we go into Zoom.
Well, I don't have a lot other than I want to apologize for the fans that came from Seattle to watch us play, because that was not close to up to our standard. And we will try and correct that for our next game against a very good Monterey team. It doesn't get easy. And also credit to RSL and Pablo for getting his team ready to go and play tonight.
Questions? Okay. We're gonna go straight to the questions on Zoom. We're gonna start with Nico Moreno.
Thank you, Coach. Just want to get your take on maybe if you can pinpoint already what kind of went wrong with this game and what the thought process was on making 3 subs right at halftime. We don't really see you do that often, and why maybe those did not work. Thank you.
So RSL outcompeted us, won second balls. Certainly our possession was not very good. We would defend. You've seen us, Nico, sometimes our team, we defend, then we give an easy pass away, and then you have to defend for extended periods. We just weren't in sync offensively. Christian Roldan is in concussion protocol again, so that is something that we're just monitoring very carefully. Again, the player safety is most important. And Leo Chu and Obed Vargas, I decided to take them because we needed fresh legs, more energy. I just thought we needed someone to try and change the game.
Thank you, Nico. Next question, Jada Evans.
Thank you. Coach, also with that, how much do you put in to the fact that they had the hard challenge, like in the 48th minute early in the second half. Obviously they were, trying to contest that from what the broadcast showed, and RSL goes down and scores. So, you were able to still be level, but how much did that kind of play a factor, your team getting distracted by not getting calls that they wanted?
Well, Jada, yes. This first minute and a half of the second half, we were playing. Raul had a chance. The people on the field wearing yellow jerseys were not the reason why we lost, and they were not the reason why RSL scored that goal. We have to make plays on our end of the field, and it didn't happen. So whatever, was it a foul on Raul or not? Certainly, there are rules that athletes have to follow, but the referee in that moment decided not to call a foul. I'm sure they checked it on VAR. They decided not to do anything, so the goal stood. And then the team didn't recover from that and allowed RSL to score the second goal, which was really the goal that put the game away.
Next question, Owen Murray.
Hey, I just wanted to ask, you guys have had success against teams that have gone down a man in the past. What do you usually do in that situation, and then what didn't work today?
Well, we didn't have anybody running in behind. Dylan Tevez and Alex on the right-hand side haven't had a ton of minutes together, but at least Dylan was active. Left-hand side wasn't very effective. I just didn't think we were able to, create anything. Raul was coming into the pockets. I needed him to stay closer to the goal. There were some, just some bad passes again, some sloppy passes. So, sometimes when a team that's playing well and full of confidence like RSL, they were able to withstand the pressure, and we were not able to score one goal to make it close at 2-1.
Before we continue with Zoom, we're gonna do an in-person question. Go ahead.
David James, 97.5 The Zone and KUTV. You've prepared for RSL 3 times now. How is it different preparing for them with Chicho Arango? Not just obviously his talent, his ability to score goals, but what he does defensively and how he opens the game up for other players.
Well, he did do some defending, but that's not what he's known for. I mean, let's be honest. You saw his quality on the second goal, a tremendous goal. good individual effort. And that's what you guys paid money for. A guy that scored a goal in our league. He scored goals for LAFC, and he's, rounding into form for RSL.
We continue with Zoom questions. John Lupo.
Brian, after you guys went up a man, did you change your offensive strategy? And if you didn't, what wasn't working that you weren't able to take advantage of?
We tried to bring 2 forwards on. We only had 1 sub left, because Yaimar was Christian and Yaimar were subs that I hadn't planned on making. But we tried to bring a bear on. It's tricky sometimes when there's 25 minutes to go and you only have 1 sub left. What if another player gets injured? You're playing 10 men again. But we felt we needed to get a bear onto the field. The tactics were trying to get 2 forwards in front of the goal and give them some service, which we weren't able to do.
Owen Murray, you may ask your question again.
I just wanted to, how do you go about preparing for a Monterrey game, which is now a game that you need to win if you want to progress after this performance?
Well, we'll get back up on the horse. Look, we're a proud franchise. That locker room certainly is quiet, but I know there's competitive guys in there. There's guys that understand that we didn't play up to our standard, and you'll see a different team on Sunday.
We have a question for Jada Evans. Jada, you have a question?
Yes, thank you. Just wanted an update on Nico. Heard on the broadcast I saw that he has an adductor injury. It's supposed to be precautionary. Can you give any more info on that?
Yeah, we could have used him tonight, but he's got an adductor strain that prevented him from coming and playing tonight.
Nico Moreno again.
Coach, after a result like this one, I mean, that's a proud team, a proud locker room, but is there something that is kind of like a wake-up call? Like maybe there's got to be immediate changes. Like, is that something that you get back to work tomorrow? I mean, how do you go about that specifically?
We as a staff will certainly assess our performance. So the starting lineup, all of that sort of stuff starts with me. Did I put out the right starting lineup for tonight? Did we have the right tactics? We knew RSL was in a good run of form. Should we have changed the tactics? We'll watch the tape, Nico, and really digest that first 45 minutes. The thing is that even though we didn't play up to our standard, it was still 0-0 at halftime. And so at halftime, when we had to make the sub for Christian and I brought fresh legs on, I was hoping that would kind of energize the team. So we'll look at, how we're going to play against Monterrey. We'll look at who's going to play against Monterrey. We'll have to do some damage control with some guys, and we'll put a good team out there. And we'll try and make sure that they are prepared, that they have the right tools to be successful.
We are going to do a last question with Felipe Maqueda.
Gracias. Coach Brian, Seattle no jugó a su estándar, como usted lo acaba de decir, pero hay un jugador que tenemos que resaltar, fue la actuación de Stefan Fry. ¿Me pudiera hablar un poco al respecto?
So the question is, obviously, Seattle didn't have a good performance tonight, but the one that stood out was the goalkeeper, Stefan Frey. If you can talk a little bit about his performance.
Yeah, he had a couple of good saves there. I do know that I think tonight was his 339th appearance for the team in the MLS era of our club, which ties Osvaldo Alonso for most appearances in the club. So that was a milestone.